Hi, this is Mike at Balsamiq, and today I'm going to be working with Liz, who's going to help me to figure out how to wireframe our backend administrative tool for our Google Drive users. So let's get started. I'm going to start from this list of functions that we need to add there. And so basically we got a screen with a toolbar on top, right? That has I guess we need some kind of nav in there. So we have a search feature at the top, and then some tables that appear as you filter. So I guess we need some kind of label up here just to show where you are, maybe an icon. So let's see. Let's put this. And then we have an input that has, you're searching, and this is search by person, right? So this is.
It really, like, you can enter anything.
Email.
It'll just, yeah, automatically search both, and it'll show you the results for both. If it finds anything that it matches, it'll show
Okay.
both.
So
yeah.
Maybe this is search. So I seen this in this little list here, email or Google ID. Is that the primary thing? Email,
Yeah.
Google ID.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. And then we have some kind of filters to just sort of display a list if you don't want to search, right? So that you can look at.
Yeah, the filters are to just restrict the search.
Let's just stick this next to it for now. And then the main cases that we're going to add here are for users on, let's do a drop down. So we want the same kind of state thing, right? But do we want to just have the filter be, so maybe we just have a filter for whatever this is, trial. So we have trial page.
Trial, yeah, and then trial, it's trial, what's the lower dash, underscore, trial expired.
Oh, maybe we just put the regular, well, for Google Drive, we'll just put the words that you don't have to make it formatted for whatever the search term is. So for Google Drive, we have trial, grace. What does grace mean?
Grace is when, because it's automatic payment. So if the payment failed, they have 7 days in grace period where they can either go ahead and fix the card. Sometimes the cards expire or they report it stolen or something like that. So they have a 7-day grace period. Yeah.
And then the next state is expired.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have canceled.
I guess we should have paid as well. So you have all the states. So these are all the states, right? Mm-hmm. And then search without selecting anything, just doesn't care about the state. Okay, so maybe this is what we do, is just sort of add this filter so that you could select trial, and then maybe that puts the state trial thing in the input, and then you press enter.
Okay.
And it executes the search. Okay, cool. So then let's do an example where we have selected, let's say we selected trial. All right, so okay, by default we'll just have, this has some text here for welcoming you to Google Drive super admin or something. I don't know what this does, because you really don't have anything the first time it loads until you search, right?
Right.
Okay, so then if we do a search, let's just select trial, for instance. This will put in state state, whatever this looks like in Google Drive, super admin. And then that'll return a list. So we'll have, let's see, put a table in here with data grid. Okay, so then we're gonna have, we'll have a blank one for this, just the number. And then we'll have ID. Do we have IDs for Google Drive?
Yeah, you mean for the account itself? It's always linked to the Google ID of the customer.
Google ID. Okay, and that's is that an email address or is it a number?
No, it's a bunch of numbers.
Okay, ID, name, email. What else do we have in here? It's the state that it's in. Is that the city we need to account? Okay.
Yeah, and Cloud's parameter shows the state.
Okay. Let's see. So it's a little different because we don't have Google Drive for Teams or anything. So we don't have like people, right?
Yeah, not yet. Like the idea is, to have like to have the super admin built before we have that option, because it will make things a lot easier.
Okay. All right. So we start out with something like this, and so it's and then the name would be the person's name. So at balsamiq.com. And then let's say trial is the state, and then we have the expiration date. Let's do it the same way. Expires January 11, 2018. And then actions. Let's say actions we have this make free or extend are the two things, right? Extend trial. Make free. So what's the order we have in Cloud? Make free. There should be a comma.
Yeah.
Make free. Extend. Oops. Okay, so let's take out these borders because it's noisy. I'm gonna make this a little smaller so it fits. All right. So we would just make a list of oops. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be a list of all the users and the two actions. For all the users that are on trial, we're going to list the dates for when they expire. And this is wrong because I have to escape the comma. I'll put in some real fake information after this. All right, so we do state trial without entering any information. It's all the users on trial, right?
Right.
So let's say let's put this in here. Okay, so filter by let's just say C trial users. And then do these need to, okay, so then let's say we'll make your name will link to the record for that person, and then we have to do a record that shows more information. Is that how we do it with history?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do one person for now then. So then let's do another screen where we're just going to look at you. So we're going from your record in this list to the full record. See user record. All right. Okay, let's go back here and look at our requirements again. So manage trial users, see account and a list of emails on trial and when their trial, so we need a count. Let's see, maybe we need some sort of total. So 3 matched. Okay. So if you got 3 people, then we would just 1, 2, 3. And then what else did we need to do? So we made free or extended. I'm gonna make this bigger so that we can see it. Okay, so all right, now we have oy vey, I missed a comma. There. And then when you do make free or extend in cloud, does it open a dialog or something, or does it just
Yeah, we can look at it here. If I click make free, it just kind of asks you the reason why. Something in Google Drive that we do want is like making it free. Is it for classroom use? Because it's something that we're working on. It's not, it's not set in stone or anything, but we do think that it might be helpful to offer it for schools.
Right. Okay. So that can happen. This feature for make free can happen from either the list view or the user's full record view, right?
Yeah.
All right. And then so the options were so what were the reasons that you would need it for Google Drive?
Okay, classroom.
Classroom.
Mm-hmm. I would say nonprofit.
Are there a lot of them or just a couple?
Well, we actually don't offer it right now, but we want to in the future.
Sure. I'm just wondering if I should make it like a drop-down menu or if it just check boxes. Just check boxes, maybe?
I would say...
Or radios?
Yeah, maybe radio buttons, just because that's what we've seen. We've had them like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say classroom, do-gooders, nonprofits, and then maybe other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is just called reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just have okay cancel or make free cancel. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So make free. And just, okay, so that, and then extend is like it's a date picker that opens up. Okay, and then it shows the original trial expiration date and a new date.
Mm-hmm.
Let's duplicate that, and then this is extend trial, and then we have date picker. Okay, so date picker, this is the wrong date picker. This is the new date picker for, oh, but it does have a month thing.
Yeah.
So we just want the calendar. Okay, so I just want the calendar to appear because this is pretty much gonna have just that, and then show the dates. So let's see, label, let's add a label here, and then we're gonna have, change it to text. Okay, original trial expiration, and then date. So 1 January. And then new trial. And date. Okay. Well, let's imagine that this. Here, let's make this December 10th, and then this will be January 10th. Okay, so then we're going to have extend, trial, cancel. All right, cool. So let's just get some arrows. Oops. Come back here. So this is the make free. And this is trial. All right, so cool. So then when you extend a trial, it just changes the date, and then this view probably will either refresh if you're looking at the list view, or if you're looking at the record, it'll just show the new date. So let's look at the single users view. So this is let's look at Liz. If you clicked Liz Green here, you would see Liz Green, and then your ID, or I guess we'd put your email address and your ID afterwards. And how do we do it there? Same. Okay, so it's the same thing. And your ID is smaller, and then what do we need from here?
Yeah, there's really not much. I would just say it's like some type of history in terms of like when they installed or when they started their trial, if it was ever extended in the past. The only other thing that I think would be helpful is once we do have teams, if they're part of a team, maybe we'd want to see the other people in that same team subscription, or in this case there still would be free, but whoever else is in that.
Okay. So that would be we could just design that now, since we're this is going to be something that's added. So we'll have the state, and then we'll have team, or what are we going to call it? It's going to be just other people that you pay for, basically?
Yeah, I think team is fine. So we've been calling it Google Drive for Teams.
Okay. And then the history will be below, and then we have some, we need these links here as well in the single record view. So just make free and extend. What other functions do we have to add there?
Let's see. I don't think there's any other features, because we don't really reset their password because it's all linked through their Google Drive.
Okay. So there's no like all canceling or reset. Well, this reset trial, is that something that you do as well?
This is something different, just because in cloud there's a limit on how many trials they can start. So we just click that if we want to allow them to go over. But this wouldn't be the case in Google Drive, because one trial is just linked directly to your Google ID.
Okay. All right, so let's just I'm just going to flesh this out a little bit. So we have state, trial, and then expiration. It's basically the same thing we had on the other screen. Those numbers don't match up with the other one, but I'll fix that. December 10th, 2017. And then team is where we would list other people by name and email address. How are we going to do that?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, yeah, name and email address. I'm just trying to think if that's how the way it would actually, work. Because we've been thinking about when we offer teams, it's something that's going to be paid. So if you're still in a trial, then you're probably not in the team option just yet because you haven't paid for it. So I don't know if it would actually show you anything if you're in the trial.
So this would be a different this would be paid
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
So I'll just we'll just do a separate version here for that condition. Take this out. So this is if you were and then let's see. Okay, so in this case, if you were paid, you could have Natalie Wood.
I thought you did that purposely.
I didn't. I was just typing. My brain's not really working. What's
Natalie Gold?
Holy cow! It's like that time for coffee. It's like Natalie. Okay, so then these would be links, right?
For each user. There you go. And, what was I gonna say?
So I just need to make links for these that could go to each of these persons' user account, user records, or whatever you call it, views.
Yeah. And the other thing is that we're kind of calling them, like you said, there's no spaces or anything in Google Drive, but the person that's in charge of paying the subscription or whoever signed up for the team subscription, we've been calling them subscription owners. So we probably want to specify that somewhere, who's the owner.
Okay. So in this case, if you were, oh shoot, it's saved. Okay, so in this case, if you were the, let's say you're not the owner, but you're a team member. Okay. When state is paid. So in this case, if you were a team owner and let's say Natalie was the owner or something, you would see owner next to her, but then, so basically I'm asking would you see other people that are on your team that are not, if you're not the owner?
Yeah, I think we. Oh, you're saying on the user, on the UI for the user?
Yeah, so in the right screen here where it says when state is paid, you're seeing Natalie, right? Would you also see Val and Anna?
Yeah. I mean, I think we do want to see this in Super Admin.
All right, so when state is paid, you see other team members, see user record. This seemed like a good stopping point, so we'll continue this wireframing session in the next week's episode. Thanks for watching.